Lost World. After the destruction of the second universe, the powers of the radiance of virtue and the armor of God fused together and birthed a third universe, where as many planets and life forms were starting anew. There was a lost world, a world without a name, a world without its own identity, a world that had a mixture of different races and species and life forms from all across the histories of the second and first universe. In this world, the hero rose. He had a rival. They always dueled each other. But the evil threat, a Kinkolo, would be the first to realize his ambitions. It was Cardine Kinkolo. This Kinkolo would be the same Cardine Kinkolo that Perfection would use in his fight against John Pippo and Samaritan. Just letting you know. Anyway, this Cardine Kinkolo, hold a large province and combined a large land mass within the Lost World, which formed the Lost World into a single supercontinent, where Kinkolo province divided the north and the south. And the hero and his rival decided to put their differences aside and attack with their forces against Calvin Kinkolo. But they were soundly defeated and forced to run away and retreat to the stars. Then they noticed that the universe had many other people along with it. And then they rallied some more people to their cause. And then this time, they surrounded Kinkolo, burned down his castle, and they was fighting Kinkolo. There was a heap of flames surrounding the top floor of the castle. At one end was Kinkolo blasting energy blasts at the two rivals, the hero and the rival. And hero and the rivals on the other side, the hero on this side, the rival on this side, and his combatant attacks until the hero blasts one of his attacks back at Kinkolo, and Kinkolo fell before his own flames and perished. The rival then rescued the hero, and the land was saved. This hero then named the planet Utopia, as they wanted to have a planet of peace where everyone could live in harmony. This is the foundation of Utopia, and this is the original foundation of the Lafleur name. Some 500 years later, the land was still the same. Kinkolo province was a rich and vibrant place, but in the south was a naive hero, an untold hero, who was embarked on a journey to rescue the world that was increasingly growing corrupt by corrupt bankers calling themselves the Bankeron, roaring states from people the Builderon, the Telecon, the Cableon, the Aquas, and the Sea, both other kingdoms, smaller kingdoms. By the time was being oppressed by the banking gods. Lafleur married a woman named Zerline in secret, and she bore him a son. Lafleur told him that the journey he was about to embark on would mean he'll have plenty of enemies. In order to keep his family safe, he said, name this child. Told him to name her child Andre Nickner. And one day, Andre Nickner will find him and join his cause. And then he will know, yes, that is my son. And so Andrew went on a journey to find allies, his friends, Moro, a famed elder warrior, his leader of the Risi clan, and Brayton, a Tigeron general, and a fierce warrior and fighter. And also, he will also, in his travels, meet up with Collagen, and Collagen's right hand, Slave Zuki. Collagen was of the Sumatran caliber, and Suzuki is a wise yet shrewd strategist who studied the ancient annuals of history and looked up the histories of Sumatran. And him and Collagen was descendants of Sumatran. And Suzuki, the original plan was to join up with LaFleur and then at some point betray them to resurrect the Sumatran kingdom in this lost world called Utopia. But Collagen, as time went by, will align themselves with LaFleur and abandon their plans for the conquest. This irked Suzuki, but he kept his motions in check. LaFleur's first time making a name for himself in the world will go against Kingsley, his schoolmate from university days, who was head of the banking clans, whose plan was to use the banks to get everyone in debt to the banks and force poverty and complete control over people. Kingsley liked Andrew because of his integrity and intelligence, and he saw that he was a capable man, a fighting man, and a smart man. He wanted to share his kingdom and his empire with him, but Andrew refused. But he was invited to Kingsley's castle, where it had a large huge staircase, leading up to it, and it's a very beautiful place. LaFleur did not come as an invite to join him, but he came with his army to invade, to destroy the banking clans, to defeat Kingsley, and free up the South from the banking clan's rule. Kingsley was upset. How dare you, LaFleur? You paid for this. You betrayed me after I extend my hand of conquest to you. You will ever be known as a traitor to all. But I said no. For the sake of the people, for freedom, and for justice, I will embark on the true meaning of utopia. And that will be my goal. Kingsley was a descendant of the royal clan, right? And Kingsley was defeated, and his castle was set ablaze. The banking clans were defeated, and after all of that, Andrew LaFleur decided to disappear from history and decided in the small country on Collagen for a while and let the South grow itself. It was at this time the Caribs, or the Chaldean kingdoms arose. He was facing his arch rival of the Hearts, right? And then you had the Diamond to also another kingdom. And since the Caribs were in the north and the Collagen country was also in the north, they allied themselves with them. Well, the Collagen allied themselves with them, and LaFleur had a secret plan. His plan was, I let my Collagen people ally with you, and I go down south and ally with the Hottons. Correct? And I will work with them to defeat the Damaton and ensure their little alliance against you is severed in a way that give you the advantage. Okay? And the king of Carib Kingdom was not convinced at first, but seeing LaFleur's brilliance and tactician and the advancements in technology, he knew this was the right call. And so the LaFleurs and Andre Neckner, who was a fierce warrior, also had a chain weapon. He had a chain weapon, a warrior female who also joined LaFleur ranks later. Neil also had a chain weapon. It was red. Andre Neckner had green. No, Andre Neckner had yellow. And Collagen had the green. These weapons will be very detrimental later on in the story. But anyway, the plan was for the LaFleurs to help the Hartons, right? The Hartons were winning, and the LaFleurs came in. King Harton's, personal strategist. But, they were secret with the Chaldeans, and the Damitons were attacking the Collagen. They secret with the Caribs, and the Collagen were fighting against the Damitons. The Damitons were invading their country. And Suzuki was like, my lord, if these Damitons take our country, everything will be ruined. We must do something now. This alliance between the Damiton and Harton must end. So LaFleur was sent a task to get some Damiton uniforms and pay assassin and attend the big Hartons and slay the queen, who was at a secret villa fortification. Only LaFleur and his close advisors and the king himself knew about this. And the king was stunned. Damiton chose to kill his queen. And somehow they got intact. They must be fought. I was there. The king fought and wanted to take and kill me. blame it on the Caribs and take the South for themselves. Bastards! You attacked the Dominican. And so the Houghtons marched against the Dominions, who did not know what the hell why they were attacking them. But anyway, there was a large battle of the camps of Hikal, and Downtown's plan was to burn the camp where the main force of the Houghtons were. But Andrew Lafleur, along with Grayton, saw through this, and they prevented the fire attack, charged their forces, destroyed the Davenport. It saved the college and country, and thus they conquered the South. And now, Andrew Lafleur, then I tend to be, second I was going to go on the journey, but I went back to the country of Collagen, right? And as the Houghtons were going to invade the Caribs in the castle, but it was a makeshift castle. What my deal was, I made cloning machines of the king and several of the main generals, and just had their extra troops guard the castle to fool the Houghtons into thinking that they is working for, they is actually facing the real deal. And Andrew Neckner, who I cared about dearly, treated like a son, but he was not my son, but he really was my son, but I was keeping that secret. Did not march with the Houghtons, but as the Houghtons were closing in the castle, they defeated the Caribs and King Carib, the first King Carib, and they rejoiced and was getting drunk and happy. And then Andrew Neckler with a large laser cannon came and blasted the castle. But as I was marching, before then, I came, right, like a clone, came and said I was going to work with the Caribs. And I revealed I was working with the Caribs so long. I was trying to kill the King of Hearts, but the King of Hearts, Houghton, defeated me, and I managed to escape. And then after that, they celebrating, and then Houghton saying, "We gotta go to this colon country, and we're gonna deal with the flaws and the treachery." But before they could actually go ahead and do that, Andrew Neckner came with a laser beam, destroyed the castle and the entire Houghton kingdom with it. And the Caribs took over all the south, and now the south was theirs. And we moved to look up north towards Kalu province, the largest land in all of Utopia, to find a leg to take it. And be one step closer and to unite the planet under a single ruler.